Hello everyone. Hello everyone. This is my portfolio project from educational technology. Normally I supposed to prepare a presentation that I will teach students in the future, and I use a flip chart to prepare my presentation. And the presentation is all about tenses in English. But I will only mention only two tenses: simple tense and continuous tenses. In simple tense I will talk about present tense, present simple tense, past simple tense, and future simple tense. But in continuous I also would mention about present continuous tense, past continuous tense, and future continuous tense. So let's get started. First, in our first tense is about present simple tense, and we use a present simple tense to express the idea that an action is repeated or usual. The action can be a habit, a hobby, a daily event, or something that often happens. It can also be something a person often forgets or doesn't do it. So how can we make a form for present simple tense? We add verb plus s or es for third personal, or for others only verb. For instance, you speak English. Do you speak English? You do not speak English. He speaks English. He doesn't speak English. And does he speaks English? If we can multiply our examples like she does a nice job, you study Turkish and Khmer language, does it seem similar to you? For next slide, we will talk about past simple tense. The past simple tense, we use it to express the idea that an action started and finished at a specific time in the past. But there is an expression. Sometimes the speakers may not actually mention the specific time, but they do have one specific time at least in their mind. But it should be a specific time. If you look at the past, yeah, it has at least one specific time. How do we make a form? How to make simple present tense? So we add verb ed or irregular verb to make a sentence with past simple tense. For instance, I knew my cousin very well. Tony did well on his duty at class. Gerard played football or ball. I did not walk near White House. Did you work as a teacher? Or did Jack drink his coffee? We also can say that I saw a movie yesterday. Moreover, we also can use the simple past to list a series of completed actions in the future. These actions happen like first, second, third, and go so on. For instance, I finished work, walked to the beach, and found a nice place to swim. Here's the three things that I did. First, I finished my work, then walked on the beach, and finally, I found that a nice place for swimming. Did you add a flour, pour in the milk, and then add the egg? There are three actions that I did in the past. Our next slide is about future simple tense. Simple future tense. Simple future tense has two different forms in English. We call it will and be going to. Or in another word, it's divided in two parts: planet and unplanet. Planet and unplanet. We can say that for planet is going to, and for unplanned we can say as a will. Let's come for planet future tense. In planet future tense is everything planet before it's said in speaking, like how before it be plus going to plus infinitive. For instance, I am going to visit John on Saturday. I planned that I will go to visit exactly John on Saturday. If something not happened to me, I will go. I am going to visit John. About unplanned future tense, we are not sure or there is no plan or decision to do something before we speak. We do not make any plan before we speak. We make decisions spontaneously at the same time of speaking. If you look at this example, maybe I will stay in and watch TV tonight. I will write an essay in another example. Before I did not think about it. Before I didn't think that I will watch a TV tonight. But later, while on my speech, I planned it, not before speech. So we call it unplanned future tense. Also we have, before coming to the next slide, we also often use the future simple tense to make a prediction about the future. Again, there is no firm plan. We are saying that what we think will happen. For instance, it will rain tomorrow. I'm not sure is it or not, but I think that it will rain tomorrow. Or in another example, people won't go to Jupiter before 22nd century. It's unsure if someone go or not, but I do not believe that people can go to Jupiter on 22nd century. For next slide, I will talk about continuous tense. As I said, there are three continuous tenses. First, present continuous tense, past continuous tense, and future continuous tense. Let's come to present continuous tense. We use the present continuous tense with the normal verbs to express the idea of something is happening at this very moment. It can be also used to show something is not happening now. For forming the present continuous tense sentence, we can say as to be plus present participle. I mean, and M is R plus verb ing. For instance, I am reading a book. N is R plus verb plus ing and then object. I am reading a book. You are not playing a tennis with us. Is he coming to school? Or you are not swimming now. Are you sleeping? For next slide, it's about past continuous tense. We use the past continuous to indicate that a longer action in the past was interrupted. The interruption is usually shorter action in the past simple past. Remember, this action can be a real interruption or just an just interruption in time. Like before we come into example, let's know how to create a past continuous tense, how to form. First, we use was were, be was were plus again present participle. I name verb ing here. If you look at the example for negative, for positive, I was looking to my eyes. Here was verb, because of John we use was looking to my eye. After was we put verb ing. If we give another example, it should be like this. I was watching TV when she called, or what were you doing when the earthquake started? I was snowboarding. The next slide, let's pass to the next slide, and this slide is about future continuous tense. It is in future. We use future continuous tense actually before coming it, there are also two kinds of future continuous tense. Will be doing plus be going to be plus doing. I mean verb ing. For instance, you will be waiting for her when her plane arrives tonight. If we come to next slide, we will see that John will be looking to my eyes. After will be plus we use verb ing. But in negative, after will we are not using be. Pay attention on it. We use first not, which means negative. We will not be plus verb ing cooking chicken fries tonight. Also, moreover, it's possible to use either will or be going to create a future continuous with little difference in meaning. There isn't such huge meaning with will I am going to, but by the way you will learn, you will mention that there is a difference. It seems like it doesn't have too much meaning, but by the time you will see that there is a huge difference between will and going to. So we come to the end of our lesson, and here's my references that I used to prepare my presentation. I used some video clips from YouTube to prepare my presentation. And these were my educational technology portfolio projects. Thank you very much for your attention. See you next time.